Howdy-ho and buongiorno. Today's band comes from Italy and it's a real cult act. At least that's what their promotional letter came with the CD said about the band. Formed in 1991, this is supposed to be one of the first underground Italian black metal bands. Cult enough for you? Well, let's take a look on this compilation CD by the very band we have here called Nihili Locus. This band continues with more Latin when the CD itself is called, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Lyaeus Nebularum. If that doesn't sound worthy or precious enough, I don't know what would, but here it is. Let's take a look how this compilation looks like. So, very simple in design, but kind of a classy. This one is a 69 minutes compilation that is 13 track from the pages of history, like we have the saying here in Finland. Here is first of all some pictures, some lines of notes, lots of story about the band. Those of you who are interested, maybe you just pause it and read it. So there are songs from 3 different releases and 10 couple of unreleased, well, that is previously unreleased tracks. As you can see, these pictures, these images take you to back in time, in a way, at least with this band's history. So that should be giving you a nice idea what Nihili Locus is all about. Well, I don't know about you guys or girls, but I kind of like when compilations such as these are done. I mean, these pictures that, you know, take you back in the days gone and show you how those flyers look like, how the old promotional pictures and whatnot were, and, you know, in a sense gave us to kind of a glimpse into the history. Now, that would be awesome and great if only the music was brilliant. Well, unfortunately for all of us here, and most of all people like me who actually listen to this stuff, well, this is nothing great, nothing great. In fact, this is probably one of the worst CDs I've gotten to review in Rauta's 1-year history by now. And I don't know even where to begin with, so let's start going the track list from the start to the end. So the first 3 tracks on this album are from a mini CD that was released prior to their only full-length album so far, that was released in 2010, if I remember correctly. So these three songs from the mini CD are kind of a most modern Nihili Locus stuff, what you can listen to while, you know, having your fun time with the album. And those are kind of a melodic, kind of a modern black metal. We actually don't know where they're supposed to go. Melodic, mostly mid-tempo, but some fast tempo parts, which most of the time don't really make sense. First of all, they are way too lengthy for their own good. Secondly, the compositions, I mean, how the riffs are, you know, put together and, you know, vocals, you get the idea. They really don't make much sense. I mean, they are just kind of like weird tracks, which are like, there's this really mediocre melody part, and then this stupid filling, you know, riff. Let's put them together in a random order. We could just, you know, basically randomize it with our friends Giorgio from other scene who actually doesn't understand anything about black metal. So let him do the work and, you know, just, you know, mix and match and do the puzzling work, and, you know, that is the outcome. Let's randomize, give it to the gods of chaos and let the brilliant pieces fall as they may. And the rest is just like, seriously guys, who wants to listen to like almost 9 minutes of really mediocre stuff? I mean, even the production is quite, you know, like, oh yeah, tolerable, good, no way. And the vocals, those beat growling or beat screaming, it's just like, guys, doesn't any one of you know how to sing, you know, do proper violent screamings out of your lungs or whatever. I mean, like, barely mediocre, but nothing near good. Now, following 2 tracks later, it becomes more of this early 90s stuff with more of the same kind of a melodic Black Death, whatever metal. Doesn't really go worse than that. I mean, the beginning, but not better either. Then this is followed with yet another mini CD or EP, what's the officially anyway, from 1994. And this being almost 30 minutes, well, more than 20 minutes easily. It is basically the same idea, but now a lot worse. I mean, there is no single riff that I could say, yeah, it's mediocre. I mean, it's all just kind of awful, kind of annoying, really like feeling like waste of my time. I just want to, cut my head off or rip my ears off and, cut my arms and go screaming around and banging my head to the wall until I die rather than listen to this more. I mean, it's just awful. I mean, it's just, there's no sense to these riffs. They're like, who are you stealing these ideas from? It seems nobody, because nobody else is making this crappy black metal as there is. Everything from production to vocals to his, compositions is just like, seriously guys. I mean, I understand that, back in the early 90s, like 1991, there was not so many good black metal around there. I mean, there was no internet. You couldn't download or, maybe even steal those albums. You could just, like, hey, these guys are creating wonderful riffs. We should copycat this band. But I mean, like, seriously, no wonder if this is a cult act from Italy, because, I mean, like, why would anybody want to copy this band? I mean, even if you did, you probably would end doing a lot better than these guys, because, I mean, these songs are just horrible. And it gets even worse. Now, when these 2 unreleased tracks, they're like bad rehearsal demos. I mean, like, everything is bad from, the sound to the songs. It's like, come on, like, are you gonna kill the listener? I mean, do you hate that so much, your potential fans, that you want to kill them with pure audio torment? And there's like some female voices, I mean, like, singing, which is totally horrible yet again. I mean, like, guys, I understand you want to put some synths there and some, female vocals and all that stuff, but why everything must suck so much? I mean, I'm getting angry by just thinking of this album. I went this thoroughly like 3 times. That compared, I mean, like, times 69 minutes. And I almost got headache just out of pure, well, not hate, but I mean, like, sickness this album is all about. I mean, like, if there's like masterpieces, think like Old Battery or Burzum or Dark Throne or whatever, this is like the opposite of that stuff. This is this horrible album. So Nihili Locus, usually these kind of compilations are the kind of stuff you can at least recommend to people who are fan of the bands, but I cannot recommend this to anybody, not even to people who like to consider them my enemy. I mean, like, I don't hate them as much that I could actually recommend, okay, you should hear Nihili Locus. I mean, oh, awful. Just get the hell out of here with this band. Don't waste your time listening to this. Don't go even for the samples unless you want to torture yourself. In that case, it might be a good idea, but I strongly suggest against it. Anyway, thank you for watching this rant review, and see you soon with more stuff to come. Bye!